thank you all for being here today. And I'm here today to tell you about why we call this the Rise and Shine Breakfast. The people featured on that marvelous video, Cynthia Sumter Scott, Barb Smith, Jai Henson, they carry a shine, a light that is burning in their hearts and minds. You could see that in their faces and in their words. And our wonderful keynote speaker, my beautiful and talented friend, Yala Ford, carries that same light in her work. And she shines for our area, our nation, and the world. The community members who have donated, participated, and advocated for our organization also carry it. It's a shine that's allowed United Way Suncoast to impact the lives of more than 500,000 people in 2023. Each and every one of us who chose to walk into this room today possesses this shine, this light. And it's not just a desire to shine individually, it's a yearning to team with like-minded people to be a part of something that is bigger than ourselves. That's the energy behind our shine and the reason we rise every single day to make a difference. This beacon that called us all here today, that torch that lights the way, was first ignited 100 years ago right here in Tampa. A group of civic and business leaders knew in 1924 what we know today. Every community needs a thriving United Way, and every United Way needs an engaged community. Back then, they created a unifying force to address complex community challenges. They saw a need to come together and shine the way for children, for students, for parents, for families. And in 1924, those community challenges sounded eerily similar to what we face today. Prosperity came to Tampa in the 1920s with an influx of new residents moving to the city. New developments like Davis Islands began to emerge, but that prosperity left some behind. Our founding organizations concluded that the best way to succeed would be by aligning their interests so that they could widen the path of prosperity for every citizen. They knew that they had to rise and shine. And from that inspirational start, the Tampa Welfare League and Community Chest grew to become an integral part of the city and eventually the region. And from that aspirational beginning, we overcame challenges, we evolved, and we expanded. Today, United Way Suncoast covers a 5-county region: Hillsborough, Pinellas, Manatee, Sarasota, and DeSoto. We are the United Way serving the largest population in the state of Florida. We took that initial light, we kindled it with care, stoked it with ingenuity, and kept the fire burning. Today, that legacy ignites our purpose and allows our families and children to thrive, helps our region shine because we're mobilizing each and every one of you, the caring people in our community. Most organizations have a mission statement. Most groups talk about their mission, their vision, their values. We do too. But let me be clear. We are on a mission. We are here to elevate, energize, and empower. We're on a mission because we're building our present success and carrying the bright light of our past into a future teeming with opportunities to do more, be more, and give more. We're on a mission because life isn't about existing in a box. It's about taking steps each and every day towards greater achievements and higher goals. We're on a mission because we've been entrusted with a 100-year beacon that still demands our best. We're on a mission because that light and our decades of success prompted philanthropist MacKenzie Scott to bless us with $20 million in 2020. And let me be clear, over these past 4 years, we've infused what we call our R.I.S.E dollars into our work. Instead of squirreling away in a bank account, we don't stand on funds, we stand on action. And I want to tell you about those R.I.S.E dollars and how they reach, invest, support, and empower. Those R.I.S.E dollars have families walking up to their homes at the end of the day with a renewed peace of mind because they no longer live in fear of that yellow notice being taped to their door. By investing more than $3 million with 16 strategic community partners, we helped more than 6,000 families avoid eviction or find new stable housing in the last few years. We also provided $1.3 million in direct assistance to families with rent, mortgage, and utilities. And that investment helped us leverage other dollars, an additional $1.9 million in emergency rental assistance funds, government funds, and private funds for a total impact of more than $5 million. Those RISE dollars have community members impacted by hurricanes bouncing back from damage and economic disruptions. In the immediate wake of Hurricane Ian, we used funds from Scott's Gift to initiate $1.3 million in mid and long-term recovery efforts. This included more than $600,000 in grants to our nonprofit partners, positively impacting nearly 30,000 community members. We converted those housing navigators with our housing work to navigators in response to the hurricane crisis so that residents could unlock federal aid dollars and help them in the aftermath of the storm. And we're nearly completed with our disaster resiliency guide that will help us be even more prepared for the next challenge that is definitely sure to come, be it a housing crisis, a hurricane, or an economic crisis. And we continue today to collaborate with our partners to help community members overcome the challenges brought on by natural storms and life's daily storms. And we truly, truly believe that early learning and education remains one of the best ways to help them deal with those storms. Those RISE dollars have more children arriving to the first day of kindergarten with raised hands, eager minds, and attentive ears. More than 2,000 children showed improvement in age-appropriate life skills, and over 1,700 demonstrated enhanced communication and literacy skills. These critical results will lead to more children graduating from high school, fewer children getting tripped up by society's pitfalls, and more children going on to post-secondary success. Those RISE dollars have us serving 64 quality child care centers, 36 schools of focus, and 40 United for Literacy sites. We are putting more books into the hands of students, more guidance into the minds of parents, and more love and support for our early learning instructors and teachers. Beyond the impact of RISE dollars, we continue to shine in other ways. We are on a mission to take the donations entrusted to us and invest them in the community. And we use that phrase, invest in community, because every investment yields a return for that community. Our nonprofit partners have been one of the biggest recipients of our investments. With United We Lead, a new initiative in the last few years, we share our operational expertise with nonprofits to strengthen their skills, their instincts, their abilities, their processes, and their resources. When we provide the tools these organizations need to thrive and survive, we increase the impact of our investments and our leadership. Since 2022, we've intensified our leadership efforts to better share our nonprofit expertise and help our partners create lasting, sustainable change. This process is called capacity building. And as we do with all of our efforts at United Way Suncoast, we rely on data to inform our efforts. Our data shows that these capacity building efforts extend the impact of programmatic work in the community like ripples in a water, allowing us to help more families living paycheck to paycheck. When we assist our nonprofit partners in increasing their fund development capabilities or understanding the process of improvement strategies, we expand the ecosystem of social services for every person and family seeking services throughout our 5-county region. Look at the data reported back to us by our United We Lead partners. 51% of programs report a new resource or collaboration leading to increased service access for ALICE families. 46% of programs report a new process or design improvement leading to improved impact and measurement. And at least $1 million in additional grants were secured from other funders because they leveraged the United Way Suncoast investments. That is powerful. In conjunction with United We Lead, we've implemented a Data for Impact initiative to identify tools, practices, and opportunities for investing and education opportunities for our partners. Data for Impact makes use of smarter analytic and visualization tools and help us define our own internal capacity needs to sustain those efforts. We're also on a mission to deliver free tax preparation services as we just talked about in the beginning of our program. We want to offer this to community members because we know those dollars can stabilize the challenges delivered by our uncertain economy. People have been known to cry over income taxes. And last year, there were tears at one of our volunteer income tax assistance sites, tears of joy. A woman yielded more than $17,000 in back returns and tax credits after she had gone 2 years without filing a return. She cried, the IRS certified volunteer cried, everybody cried. They cried because they knew that sum would help her stabilize her housing, pay for her young son's childcare, and even help her start a college fund. And that's just one part of our financial stability efforts. We're also helping community members thrive with bank on accounts, financial coaching, and our new Financial Wellness at Work program. This is the transformational change that we've created for more than 100 years. This is the way we will continue to transform our community in our second century of service. 100 years of thriving, 100 years of growth, 100 years of ambition, 100 years of empowerment that will translate into another 100 years of service. However, it is important for me to point out that we do absolutely none of this alone. All that we do is done in partnership. That's the United Way. From our first executive director, Ruth Atkinson, to the women who I'm very jealous of, went on horseback to collect donations in our earliest days. I still want to make that happen. To the community icons like Furman, McFarland, Knight, McKay, Stovall, Moss, Colbreth, Likes, and Howell, who carried the torch through the decades. Our existence rests on a foundation of convening, collaborating, and today, our partnerships not only fuel our present success, but they also shine a way for our future achievements. Our evolution will continue with data-driven decisions and innovative practices. We'll soon debut a virtual experience called Go United that will revolutionize how our donors, volunteers, and community members and stakeholders connect and interact with United Way Suncoast. We will continue to inspire philanthropy, especially among the next generation of donors who don't get enough credit for their giving hearts. Our Gen Z and millennial members also care about our community, but they want to support in more efficient and different ways. We'll also employ predictive analytics and to use in our data work to improve our outreach and help inform us about community needs so that we can get in front of trends and issues. We will be more proactive instead of reactive. And we will create more integrated and accessible continuum of support for children and families. And this will all be fueled by the light that burns in your heart and mind. As the old proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The issues facing our community today demand that we go far and that we go together. We have 45% of families in our region living paycheck to paycheck who just stand one unexpected expense away from dire circumstances. We have the annual cost of childcare costing more than a year of tuition at the University of South Florida. We have residents spending 57 cents of every dollar they earn on transportation and housing before they have spent on anything else that they need. We have complex challenges that are once again calling for United Way Suncoast to carry the torch. And we have a United Way that's calling on you to help us light the way. We have a community calling on all of us to rise and shine each and every day. And we will do that if we embrace one simple truth. United we rise, united we win. Thank you.
All right, my friends, we really hope that this morning you have been inspired to stay committed to the cause. We are wrapping up our program, so I'll remind you we have the cards. Please leave us your information so we can get in touch and tell you more about the great work the United Way is doing. Thank you to James, our chair, Jessica, wonderful speech, Yar, wonderful speakers. Thank you all for coming this morning. Have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you.